All right, folks, let's do it. Welcome to another edition of Critical Thought with Theo. My name is Theo Mason, a.k.a. Theo Bland, your metaphysical maestro. Officially checking in. Welcome to Black Music Month inside Critical Thought with Theo on globalnewsforum.com. I'm telling you, folks, buckle your seatbelts and get ready for a historical broadcast, because today on the show, I'm bringing straight from Dayton, Ohio, legendary funk band. Zapp is in the house, y'all. That's it. Zapp is in the building. I got my man, Lester Troutman. He's going to be joining us in a few minutes on the live line. And we are turning today's show, we're turning the station, baby, into WZAP. It's all about Zapp today, celebrating Black Music Month. The legend, Roger Troutman, the legendary band, Zapp. And I'm telling you, man, a great friend, one of the most down-to-earth and humble brothers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting, particularly in the music industry. But heck, even on earth, man, a true believer and a true humanitarian, and one of the most creative musicians that I've ever known, and certainly one of the greatest drummers in musical history, baby. You got Benny Benjamin, you got Clyde Stubblefield, and in that list, you gotta include the name Lester Troutman. He's right around the corner, man, and what I wanna do, I'm gonna give you a sample of what you're gonna hear in this show today. The music of Zapp, oh my God. You talking about more bounce. Do it, Roger. I can make you dance. Oh my God, just the dance floor. Slow and easy, computer love. I mean, come on, y'all. They gave you all of that. And I'm going to give you a little mini mix right now. And on the other side of this music, you're going to hear from the legend himself, Mr. Lester Troutman, coming up next right here on Critical Thought with Theo on globalnewsforum.com. Black Music Month, baby. WZAP. got from the legendary funk band, my man Lester Troutman. What's up, brother?
Hey, man, what's going on, Theo? And what's up, Chicago? I am just honored to be here, man.
Man, the honor is all mine. I mean, I'm telling you, when we thought about who we wanted to spotlight for Black Music Month, it was no question in my mind, Zapp gets the nod. So I said, let me get in touch with Lester, and let's make this happen, man.
Well, you know, it's, again, you might as well just end this interview now because my answer is going to be all be the same. My pleasure for being here.
You know,
it's a pure honor, man. Pure honor, Theo.
Man, you know, you have always been extremely down to earth. I go back to the first time I met you down in Wilmington when I was doing the stress-free house party in Wilmington, North Carolina. And you guys came down there and rocked the house, man. And I was like, you know, forget my radio show. I want to go on the road with Zapp.
Hey, you know, Theo, when you called me the other day and asked me to do this, I recall the evening. I recall the time you came in the dressing room in Chicago. He came here. We was eating some KFC in the
That's
dressing
right.
room, and the brother had the nerve to ask for a piece and ate it. So, you know, come on, man.
And you know, and everybody who knows me knows that I can't get enough of them 13 or 11 herbs and spices, man. I love KFC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. So go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's all good. You said being down to earth, I mean, thank you for the compliment, but, you know, we are doing, I'm talking to Chicago right now, Chicagoland, and all out there on Euclid and, you know,
That's right.
and all that area.
Right.
And, you know, they say that if you want to know if a person is grounded, just look at their family.
Yeah.
And to see how much family they have around.
Right.
And I've always believed that. And, you know, I just mentioned some streets because I got family all over that part of Chicago, man. And, you know, when I was about 9 years old, we were up there, and I got lost, and I ran from 63rd to Halsted, okay?
Right.
So I'm telling you, man, and my family laughed at me, they laughed at me. So I'm telling you, I am well grounded because if I do anything that I think is going to bring some embarrassment to me and my family,
Right.
They'll be on the hotline, all of them.
I know it.
Tell you, all my chocolate family up there.
I know it, man. And I mean, and I have to say this, I absolutely love your family. In fact, let's talk about family for a minute because obviously I'm here in Chicago. And right basically across the road here, we had a famous family that grew up in Gary, Indiana. And, you know, they shot off and into the stratosphere and everything. But I didn't realize that just a little bit further down the road was another family, the same setup. You guys, was it 10 of you? 10 brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Oh my
yes,
God.
It was.
Wow.
And the family you're talking about in Gary are the Smiths, right?
right, the Smiths.
No. Okay, yeah. It was 10 of us. Yeah, at one time, and you know, my dad was he was not. I don't know. I have to believe the story about Mr. Joe.
Right.
But I wasn't there. I can only believe what the media put out there.
Yeah.
But my dad wasn't quite that rigid. You know, he always gave us a chance to do what we wanted to.
Right.
As long as we did something, and as long as we did something positive, and as long as we wasn't out there in the street,
Mm-hmm.
and as long as we was in bed by 9 o'clock, as long as we did our homework,
Right.
as long as we did our chores, as long as we went to school. So, you know, he wasn't real hard on us.
Yeah.
So we had to do all that stuff, you know.
I did hear about the kindling wood.
Oh, yeah. The killing wood. Hey, man, like, I'm not sure where you're from, but I know there's many people up there that had coal furnaces.
Yeah.
And, you know, my grandfather was he was an entrepreneur, you know. He sold coal in the winter, and he sold ice in the summer.
Wow.
And yeah, that's true. And you know, they say it's true that when you put coal in the fire, you know, it burns slow. So you need something to get the coal hot enough.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad worked at the paper mill, and they made from when they got pulp comes from trees, but wood paper comes from trees. So the scrap wood that was left from the trees, they threw it away, and it had all the glue and stuff in it. And my dad used to get the wood for free and get a load of the wood and go and sell it to the neighborhood because everybody in the neighborhood had coal furnaces.
Right.
So he would sell the stuff, and hey man, he had a couple going on, and we had a coal furnace as well.
Right.
And my dad would come and dump that bag on wood in front of the house, and it didn't make no difference what time we came home. If we got home at 9 o'clock, we had to put it in. It didn't make a difference.
Right.
Serious.
Yeah.
Serious. Now, I wish I had one for my kids.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, but that you learn a lot from those experiences that you just, I mean, if you just going to school and coming home and doing homework and, playing around, you just don't get certain life lessons when you have to put your hands to some work and work together and, do those type of chores. It builds discipline, right?
Well, I certainly believe that. It didn't, it certainly kept me grounded, as you say, kept me working, and to this day I'm working. As a matter of fact, I pull up to my office now because I'm doing some work.
Yeah. Folks, I got the legend on the line. My man, Lester Troutman. Zapp is in the building. Very special edition show today, celebrating and in honor of Black Music Month. We are celebrating and honoring not just the music, but the band, the man, the funk. Zapp is in the house, y'all. It's Lester Troutman, Theo Bland, a.k.a. Theo Mason, your metaphysical maestro. GlobalNewsForum.com. Back after this. Welcome back, y'all. It's Critical Thought with Theo. My name is Theo Mason, a.k.a. Theo Bland, your metaphysical maestro. This is Critical Thought with Theo, of course, and thank you for joining us, man. Great show today. Historic show, as far as I'm concerned, right here on GlobalNewsForum.com. I have the legend on the live line with me, my man, Lester Troutman, and I want you to take us back to the Roger and the Human Body days. How did that get started?
Well, let's see. To not to bore the fan.
Right.
I'll have to stretch it out, but the real answer is, you said it earlier, my dad.
Right.
But, back then, that was Roger and the Human Body. That was like the probably I'm going to take a chance. Probably the 20th name that we had.
Okay.
Because early on, my dad would take Roger out to play, and Roger was like, man, couldn't be no more than 4 or 5 years old.
Wow. And
Roger's older than me, so I had to be. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But I started playing when I was 4.
Right.
And I started playing when I was 4. And my dad used to take us around, take me and Roger around, and we were good.
Yeah.
In fact, they may show some pictures on the Unsung, and I keep a picture on my phone.
Uh-huh.
But when I talk to some of these guys, I show them how long I've been doing what I do.
Right.
So we were Roger and the Human Body back in those. Little Roger and Little Lester. That was our professional name.
Okay.
And I was like 7, and that was then.
Right.
And it was just he and I. And then later on, we would play. There were that was like in the, I don't even want to tell the year it was. That was in 1990.
I hear you.
that was in 1990.
Right.
That was in the 60s, man. And
wow.
Back then, it was a lot of singing groups.
Yeah.
Singer groups. It was mostly singing groups, and then, or it was a feature guy like Jackie Wilson or James Brown or them kind of guys. And Roger and I would play the music behind behind singing singers or singing groups. So these guys around our hometown would form singing groups, and they would ask me and Roger to play behind them.
Okay.
So, we started doing that, and then my dad would find places for us to play, and, it was kind of it was the reverse order, it was our groups, and we were playing the music. We were behind the scenes, and the singing groups was in the front. So, we had different names, like we had the Veils. It was Little Roger and the Veils. The Essentials. We were, let me see, my gosh. I got to go with some of these names. Crusaders.
Wow.
Oh, my God. There was so many of them, man.
Yeah.
And let me see, the Crusaders and a few others. But as we stayed together, as we were brothers, family.
Right.
We stayed together. Roger was more, when music changed and styles and trends changed, it wasn't the two guys up front, it wasn't that stuff. It was more of a one front guy.
Right.
And Roger was, was the front guy, so it became Roger and whatever the group was.
Yeah.
And then as we changed names, it would be Little Roger and the blah blah, Roger and the Roger and the Roger. And then it became the last before the human body. Before we became Zapp, it was Roger and the human body.
Right.
And that name had a concept.
Okay.
The concept was that music is just like music is a body. Music has a heartbeat. So the drums is a heartbeat. That was me. And then music has a voice. So that was a singer. That was the singer Bobby Glover at the time. And then the music has a soul. And that was the bass, who was my brother Zapp. And then music has, so different parts. So that's how we came up with the human body.
Wow.
And, that was it. That's what was happening with the human body.
I'm sure very few people know that, that the concept of Roger and the human body. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay, so.
That's a fact.
Wow. Okay, so you come around to another name change, and we know that Zapp is Terry's childhood nickname. How did that become the choice for the name of the band?
Well, we were when we were almost done with the album, the first Zapp album.
Okay.
We were in the studio, and George and Bootsy, they said, "Hey, look, man, we're going to turn this in. We're going to turn this joint in, this piece in." It was always a slang when we have to turn this thing in, and hey, look, man, y'all got to get a name. So, what do you mean we got to get a name? We already got a name.
Right.
And they said, well, and George is like, George is really still over the edge. He is still, that's my man. He's like, hey, that won't work. That's like, hey, that ain't gonna work. That's,
right.
Loose booty big or something like that. No, man. There's gotta be a hit name, like Parliament or Star Child. They got Atlantic Star, they got Midnight Star, they got Jefferson Starship, they got the Star this, and they got the spaceship. He said, the space this. And you got all these names with the star and the astrology. You got to have a name that's hidden. And when you come out new, it's got to be a name that's futuristic. And and he start calling some other groups names. It's not little. He didn't say this name. I'm just paraphrasing. It's not Little Anthony and the Imperials. That's old school. It's not
right.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. It's
right.
not that anymore. It's one name calls it all.
Right.
And then while he was explaining it, my brother Zapp was, at the time, he was fresh. He was fresh out of high school. As a matter of fact, he may have still been in high school.
Okay.
And and we was like, okay, when George is talking, when George started talking, everybody listened.
Right.
So while George's Bootsy was talking, Roger needed a cup of coffee or Coke, or Roger needed something out of the car that we traveling. He said, hey, Doc, go get this, go get me a cup of coffee. He said, Doc, bring me this, Doc, bring me that. And all while we was talking, so George said, hey, that's it. That's what. That's the name, Zapp.
Wow.
Well, hey, well, okay.
Right. Right.
There it is. That's how it came about.
Wow.
And when you think about it, you know, so you got stars and Zapp. Bam, you know, it's one word. It says a lot, and it's, you know, they said there's a lot in the name, and if you look up the definition of Zapp, you think of, or if you hear the word Zapp, you think of, you know,
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
And right now, you know, bam.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It just pops.
and yeah, and you know, there's a lot in the name, so that's what we do when we hit the stage. It's pop, it's hot, and it's like bam, you know, right now, right in and right out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
You know, me playing the music that I play, and I'm old school to my heart, you know. I mean, a song almost has to be 10 years old for me to really like it, with few exceptions. I don't know why I'm like that. I like old stuff, older stuff, and, you know, stuff that stands the test of time. But anyway, so I'm driving today, and I'm thinking about my favorite drummers. You know, you got guys like Benny Benjamin out of Motown, Clyde Stubblefield with James Brown. And in that list, I have to include Lester Troutman. I was listening to, what was the track? I was listening to All Right today. And your drum work is phenomenal on that track, man.
Wow. Well, thank you.
I mean, really, like, I'm not just blowing smoke. Like, seriously, that drum pattern or whatever, because I'm not a musician, so I don't know really what to call it, but I mean, it's phenomenal, man. And I think others agree with me because H-Town has sampled that, track. Tupac sampled that track. Yeah. So I just got to.
Tupac, Luke Skywalker. Let me see here. To name a few. I have to think about some more. Keep your head up.
Yeah.
I guess those are the first two that come to my mind because they did, you know, $1 million plus. So
yeah. And I mean, so many people have sampled Zapp's music, man, legal and illegal. You know, I mean, I think that's just a testament, man, to the work that you guys have done. You have created the soundtrack for an era, because I remember being at parties, man, the family parties and get-togethers. I always heard Zapp music, you know, Computer Love, More Bounce to the Ounce, All Right. All of that stuff was always playing at these clubs and these parties. So your music is definitely part of the soundtrack of my life, man. You know.
Well, I'm honored, and I am just, it is an extreme honor for you to say that. I appreciate that, man. And, you know, I would just be telling you a lie if I sat here and said, hey, we planned it that way.
Right.
It's not like that. It wasn't like that.
Right.
You know, it's a beautiful honor. And trust me, I just, sometimes I just get blown away, man.
Yeah.
When people tell me that.
Yeah. Did it ever hit you, like, just have that, as Oprah Winfrey calls it, that aha moment where you just say, wow, we're like international stars? Did you ever just have that moment where you never?
No.
Wow.
No, I know. Well, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Again, you said when we first started the interview, I had the aha moment. I think it was probably 1983, and we were playing at what were they called? It was Cool Cigarettes. It was called a Cool Jazz Fest, I think it was, in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember very distinctively. I remember very clearly. The promoter, we were supposed to play like third to last, you know, real high on the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the promoter said, look, or the stage manager said, hey, look, you guys, and they had alternating stages, and look, you guys got to be ready to play at, you know, 9:30 or 10 o'clock or whatever it was. And I remember because I was always in charge of the stage and the production and the road crew.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at him and telling him something crazy. You know, it would happen, you know, whatever, and when we get ready. And I never forget, I felt long doing it. And I remember we didn't go back to the festival for many, many years. And I always felt like that it was because of me that kept us from going there. I think that I realized and said, okay, you know, we got another number one record. We'd already had probably 5 in a row, out the box. Everything was number one.
Yeah.
Everything went gold. Tours with everybody. And I said, okay, well, we've arrived, or I have arrived.
Right.
And I just remember that was 1983, and that was probably when I thought that was an aha moment, and I remember my attitude changing. I remember my life changes, and I remember that I got so far away from God and so far away from being grounded, you know, where I was, you know, had to have a partner to come in my office, and, you know, it was just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Never drugs, never did that, never alcohol, none of that stuff, but just being in touch with people, and, you know, I was just totally out of touch, man. And it lasted probably, realistically, probably a month or two.
Yeah.
It didn't take long for me.
Right.
It didn't
Right.
take long for me. So, no, I had the aha moment, and I didn't like the aha moment. I liked the other way.
Yeah.
Forget the aha moment, John.
Right. Right.
I'm not as strong or as smart as Oprah. That lady is
Man.
the epitome of a star. She knows how to handle it. She's never out of touch with people. And I couldn't handle the success. It was too much.
Yeah.
It's too much for me, man. But, I quickly gained my senses, and, you know, I was never to go back there again. Whenever I feel,
Right.
whenever I feel people, whenever I think that people are feeling that about me, you know, I just kind of like, hey, bro, it's time to take a step back, you know.
Right.
So,
Right. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back on the other side. We're going to talk about more music. We're going to talk about more Zapp. It's Lester Troutman on Critical Thought with Theo, with yours truly, Theo Mason, a.k.a. Theo Bland, your metaphysical maestro. We are globalnewsforum.com. We'll be back on the other side, more with Lester Troutman and Zapp tunes, y'all. Now, real quick now, this song, heard it through the grapevine, one of the only songs in musical history to have been recorded by 3 different artists, and each time it went number one. The last man to do it was the late great Roger Troutman, man, with the legendary Zapp Band, and I am honored, man. It is beyond an honor to have my man, legendary drummer from the funk band Zapp, Lester Troutman, on the show. When did you know that Roger was just like, this dude was super special? Like, this ain't no regular musician.
probably when I was 7.
Wow.
Because when we used to play at, you know, we would play at the tennis court dances or at the YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had a bass player, his name was Jake.
Okay.
And when Jake didn't come to the shows because he had to work, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
and we needed a bass player, and the replacement guys were, you know, these guys were married, you know, they were in their 20s or maybe 30s, I don't know, I was such a kid, I don't know, I can't, you know.
Right.
And these guys would either be working or doing something else, and we had to go play at 6:30 in the evening at the YMCA. What Roger would do, man, my dad had bought us an organ, right?
Right.
And my dad, he would get a couple of friends, he would bring the organ in, and Roger would play the bass, play the guitar with his hand and play the bass on the bass pedal of the organ with his feet.
Wow.
Yes. So that's what I mean. I was 7, 8. I knew. I said, "This is, you know." And he taught me how to play my. He taught me how to play My Girl on the bass pedals. You know, like you see sometimes at church, I don't even know if they still make them at churches, they used to have the foot pedal,
Right.
you know, which was the bass note.
Yep.
And Roger taught me how to play High Girl. He would play, you know, we would play James Brown, you know, Money Won't Change It.
Right, right.
You know, and we would play just My Girl, and man, we'd play Beatles songs, and he would do the bass, you know. Oh yeah, this something. You know, I want to hold your hand and do all this stuff with the bass.
Yeah.
On the bass pedals or the organ. So yeah, that's what I knew then, man. It was like, yeah, he could split his mind to man, just to do that. That's insane.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. All right. So now I'm sure you've heard Bruno Mars's Uptown Funk. Yes.
Yeah.
When I first heard that song, huh?
I said absolutely.
Yeah. When I first heard that song, it was one of my homeboys in radio, Brian O'Brien. He sent it to me, and he just, you know, he's like, man, what do you think about this? And I said, man, it sounds like Zapp in Parliament. And and I just said, wow. I mean, I'm like, it's a great song. I love it, you know, but I can hear, it's almost like I can hear Ray Davis in there, you know.
That's right.
I can hear those same, you know, melodic tapestries from Zapp, you know, and I think that's why that song is a hit now, because people still want to hear that real funk, that real music, you know. But in connection with that song, what's on Lester Troutman's iPod?
Well, let's see. What's on my iPod?
You know,
How many? Is 4 or 5 enough?
Yeah, like the top 5 songs.
Well, usually we're on the road at night.
Yeah.
So I have a top 5 when I'm going to California. You know, I may start it off with some classical.
Okay.
You know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And then I might jump over to I might listen to some Brick and Ohio Players.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to a little country and western, and then I check out, you know, then I go and I do some rap or hip hop, if you will. And then I might jump to, you know, I might like get serenaded by all of the female crooners, you know.
Right.
And then I might jump to, I might put a book on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I might listen to a book for an hour or two. So, you know, books on tape. So,
right.
Hey man, is that enough? Is you want more?
Yeah, that's yeah. Who are your favorite artists?
Oh, come on, man. My favorite artist is Theo on the radio in Chicago. Theo on the radio in Chicago. I keep it locked in because it's go to YouTube /Theo on the radio.com .net.org what my girl Miss Braxton say .com.
Right.
Let's see. Favorite group? Come on, man. They're all my favorites. I love music, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know it's difficult because, I mean, even when I started thinking about my favorites, you know, it's so many to name. I mean, I love the Temps, I love Maze, I love definitely Zapp, you know, and I think those you guys are probably in my favorite playlist. I think I have about 10 Zapp songs in my playlist. It's about, I want to say it's about 120 songs in that playlist.
Wow.
And I got about 10. Huh?
I'm going to go down. I'm going to just pick up my ears. I'm going to go to my old school side. Let me see. Atlantic Star, The Beatles, B.B. and C.C. Wine, The Black Eyed Peas, Brian McKnight, Brick, Buddy Miles, C.W. McCall, that's Country Western, Cameo, Captain Antonio, Shaka Khan, The Commodores, Curtis Mayfield, Desiree, let's see, Fergie, Funkadelic, James Brown, Joe Cocker, John Legend.
Wow.
Let's see, ODB, that's the Dirty Bastard, right?
Yep.
Cool in the Gang, let me see, Maria down Michael Jackson, Muddy Waters, Rita Adams, Paul Thompson, Prince, Rascal Flatts, Bobby Harris, Bobby Big, Rod Stewart, Roger, Zap, Roger, Zap, Roger, let me get by that, let me see here. Santana, Shirley Murdoch, Sledge, Slime the Family Stone, Steely Dan, Stevie Wonder, Son. We never talked about, I forgot about that. We did their first album, their first hit.
Is that right?
Son, the group Son. You remember the group Son?
I don't.
You know, well, check it, do some research and call me back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I definitely have to. Yeah, I'm gonna Google that.
Come light my fire, complete my faith. I think I just want to make love to you. Check it out.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Sarah Vega, Tom Croce, YouTube. Let's see. Vanessa Carl. Let's see. Let me see here. Rare Earth. Let's see here. Tommy Tucker. You know who that is?
Tommy Tucker. Never heard of it.
High heel sneakers. Put on your red dress, baby. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see who else I got here. Let's see here.
I want to play a little sort of a music match, quick game with you right quick. And the concept behind it is every group has what I call a national anthem. It's the song you know what I mean, right? So I'm gonna name like 5 artists, and I just want you to give me the song that comes to mind when you think of this artist. All right, so
you got your pause button ready. You got your pause button ready, right? So when I stutter and done,
yeah, I'll edit all that out.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, James Brown.
No, let me quit. Okay, go ahead. Let's go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. James Brown.
Yep.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Cold Sweat. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Okay.
Mama's got a brand new bag. Money won't change it. Second machine.
He got too many.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Parliament.
Flashlight.
Okay. Temptations.
Ain't too proud to be.
Michael Jackson.
Beat it. Let's see. Let's move on. Let me beat it. Ben. The girl is mine. Pretty young thing. Off the wall.
Too many.
That's too many. Okay, go ahead.
Zapp.
Obviously more about the house.
You know what? I was talking to my girl the other day, and I gave her the same concept. I said, okay, everybody has a national anthem. And I said, now, if I have to give Zapp a national anthem, I have to say what Zapp's national anthem is. I was like, more bounce to the ounce. And it's only fitting that we get our bounce on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the national anthem for Zapp. More bounce to the ounce on Critical Thought with Theo. I got Lester Troutman, and we are coming right back on the other side. Hour number 2 kicks off in about a minute. It's more bounce to the ounce. It's Zapp. It's Lester Troutman. It's Black Music Month, baby, and we're celebrating the music of Zapp right here on Critical Thought with Theo. We'll be right back on Global News Forum after this.
He's the metaphysical maestro. It's Theo Blaine, a.k.a. Theo Mason. This is Critical Thought with Theo on GlobalNewsForum.com.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I love it. Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Critical Thought with Theo. My name is Theo Bland, a.k.a. Theo Mason, your metaphysical maestro. Do why diddy? You know, Les, I got to tell you, a few weeks ago on my show, we celebrated the music of Zapp. And I remember coming back from a break and we played Do Why Diddy. And I just said, now, to me, what makes Do Why Diddy such a great song is, number one, it sounds like fun. It just sounds like fun. And then you cannot argue with one of the greatest bass singers in the world Ray Davis, man, his bass is amazing in that song.
Yeah.
You know, and just it's such a beautiful tapestry of music woven into that song. I mean, it just, the harmonica, it just sounds like fun. You know, that's what I love about it.
That was on Zapp too. That was our fourth album that we did on Warner's, and I tell you, man, Roger, man, my brother was a genius when it came to the notes and marriage with the harmony.
Yeah.
And putting parts together and making episodes happen. I mean, you know, it was just, that guy was, there was very few people who was that good, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
On his craft, man.
No doubt about it. I started pricing a talk box and a keyboard because I just want to see. I know I'm no Roger, but I just want to see what it's like to try to do that.
Yeah, well, I guess that you found out. I mean, you know, it's you have to you put the tube and you got a foreign object in your mouth,
right?
And then you absence of your voice,
mm-hmm.
and then you have that. Then you got keyboard sound taking over the sound of your voice, and then you got the electricity, if you will, the amplified voice in your throat, and then you have to form your words without moving, without you can't close your mouth all the way. You know, when you say certain words like, for instance, mouth or teeth, you have to actually close your mouth to say those words, you know, or zebra, because, you know, those are hard words to pronunciate.
Right.
And when you got the tube in your mouth, you can't do it. So if you ever try to play it, you see that's not an easy task. And
right.
Roger mastered it, man.
Right.
You know,
no doubt. Let's talk about Computer Love for a minute.
Let's do it.
Because, you know, there's certain songs, like I think about Prince, 1999, a brilliant move to make a song like that way before 1999. And so Computer Love, at that time, there was not a computer in every home. There was no internet dating.
That song, I want you to finish. Go ahead and finish your statement. I'm sorry.
No, it's just like there was no such thing as internet dating or any of that. And it's like this song is almost prophetic now.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. I think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That I remember, man. Any guys that you told me you were in your 30s, right?
Yep.
Any guy that's in his 40s would know what I'm talking about. If you have any listeners, now music is made from sequences. Very few people play instruments. There are some, but very few people, you know, they pick up a guitar, keyboard, and start, and bam! At the end of a few weeks, they got a song that they play from their fingers. It's all done sequence now. You know, they get the drums and loops, they bring the bass line and loops, they get stuff and they loop it up.
Yeah.
Back then, and you can get sequences anywhere. You know, they got MPCs, they got everything now. Everything they got. Pro Tools, they got Fruity Loops, they got Logic, they got GarageBand, everything. You know, now you just turn it on the deck, you make music like just for breathing.
Right.
And back then, the only sequence that they had that was computer based was called Cakewalk.
Okay,
and
I'm familiar with Cakewalk.
Are you familiar with Cakewalk?
Yep.
Yeah, that was. I didn't think you were old enough to remember that. Because I don't want to tell what year Computer Love came out last year. But hey, man, and that was the only program that you could sequence with back in the day. And Roger had and there was only a few places that you could get computers where you wouldn't, you know, if you couldn't afford it, $1 million. We had our console on board in our Studio A was a Neve, and that was it was a computer-based mixing console, right?
Right.
And I had to go to school to learn how to work all that stuff. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But you know that we had experience with computers and that. But in Roger's office, he had a computer that we got from Radio Shack because the computers are so expensive then, man.
Yeah.
You know, that computer probably cost $2,000 back then.
Wow.
And the only, you know, that's a little probably a 10-inch screen, if that maybe.
Yep.
Real big, huge monitor. And so many pieces on that thing, man. It takes, you know, we could never move it. I had to set up in Roger's office, and I had to install the cakewalk, man. It took about 90 discs to put it in there.
Wow.
And he had cakewalk on it, and he was messing around with some stuff, and we could never get it to work exactly right. And once we got some stuff sounding good, there was no way we could get what was in it out of it to the studio. You know, because if you moved it, you know, it was gone, man. It was over.
Yeah.
You was loose. So, you know, that song, man. He's like I said, he's ahead of his time, and he was a brilliant guy, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like he knew, or we knew that it was going to be computers in every house.
Yeah.
Or in your hand right now.
Right.
That's just not the case. You know, nobody never knew that, man.
Right.
That was. I'm sure that was a vision from God. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's just. I mean, I look at it now and I'm just like, wow. There's a computer, and just the concept. If you take a concept from the title, you know, from the song title, "Computer Love," you know, you think of what internet dating is today. You know, you meet someone online and boom, that's your computer love. You know.
That's right, man.
Yeah. Well, listen.
On my computer? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Right. I know you got other things to get to and whatnot. I mean, man, I'm just thrilled that you took some time out to just talk to me and my my listeners. And man, we have turned this into WZAP. It's Zapp Radio, Lester Troutman, and just giving us just having a ball on the radio, man. And I appreciate that.
Man, I have enjoyed it thoroughly, and I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, it's been a pure honor. And the next time we in Chicago, man, I'm telling you, you are cordially invited. And hey, man, hey, look, we're friends. We hook now, man.
Right. Right, no doubt about it. Well, man, hey, definitely when you come through here, even if you come close to Chicago, I'm going to come and meet up with you guys wherever you are, man. And just hang out and enjoy the show and just absorb some of that Zapp energy, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And we got plenty of it. When you come to get it, you better bring garbage bag because we gonna fill it up, man.
Absolutely. I see you guys have a very busy summer, man. You got a Japan tour coming up this summer. You're everywhere, all across the country, and then you're going over to Europe in November.
Yeah.
So you guys are very busy this year.
Man, you got the right first letter. We're very blessed.
No doubt.
We're very
No
blessed.
doubt.
I mean, I don't look at it as being busy. I just look at it as being blessed, man. It's because you know, we could be sitting at the house washing dishes or counting trees or something, man. But no, we it's just a blessed situation, man. I'm telling you, and it's because of people like you, Theo, that still are interested and take heed and listening and you know just show your love for the group.
Yeah.
And because you have this avenue and this mouthpiece to get out to the people, and you know you still talking about the group and you still playing the music, and the people are still listening. We have a lot of new listeners, man.
Yeah.
And it's because of people like you. Now I'm telling you, all the glory goes to God, and I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
and He passes it on from Him to you, and people like you throughout the industry, man. We're just
Awesome.
honored to be able to be in your gracious, man. I appreciate you. I really do.
No doubt, man. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that Zapp's music continues to blast in the speakers, man. And thank you for keeping it going, man. You guys, like I said, man, you haven't lost 1 ounce of energy from the show. You know, I mean, it's amazing, man. The best show that I've ever been to has been a Zapp show. So, you guys are still doing it, and I just thank you for keeping it going, man. I really appreciate what you guys do, and it's always fun to watch you guys, to be there in person. Anything Zapp is doing, I want to be on the front row.
That Chicago, I paid him to say that. Okay, now that's I had to give him some advertising dollars. They call that. That's called advertising. I had to pay him to say that. So, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, real quick, if I can hold you over for one more segment, we need to take a quick break. There's something that I want to talk about that you guys, as a family, accomplished in Dayton that I just think is phenomenal, and all of your fans need to know this because you guys are just fantastic. Not just fantastic musicians, but really, truly fantastic people. And I want to talk about that on the side. So let's take one more quick break. We'll come back on the other side. We got Lester Troutman, folks. Lester Troutman from the legendary funk band Zapp, baby. It's Critical Thought with Theo. My name is Theo Mason, a.k.a. Theo Bland. He's Lester Troutman. It's globalnewsforum.com, and we'll be right back.
The Metaphysical Maestro, Theo Mason. This is Critical Thought with Theo on globalnewsforum.com.
Man, that's the great drum work right there. Legendary drummer and innovator, my man Lester Troutman from Zapp, brother of Roger Troutman, and together they started what we know today as Zapp. And man, I'm telling you, what an honor and a privilege to have this great man, this great brother, great friend on the show. All right, Les, I mean, what I have to say, I can't say this enough, how proud I am of the work that you guys have done, you and your brothers and the band, just all together, making some iconic music that, I mean, 34 years ago, you guys released More Bounce Than the Ounce, and I believe it's 34 years ago, maybe 35 now. And we're still playing that on the radio now. I play that all the time. So it's lasting music. I'm very proud of that. But what I'm even more proud of is the businesses that you guys have started in Dayton and creating jobs for Black people. I believe that I think I heard Terry talk about how you guys housed more Black families than any other entity, in Ohio, including the government.
Well, that may have been true back then.
Yeah.
It probably was true back in when we were doing it,
mm-hmm.
In the middle '80s. That may have been true, man.
Yeah.
Because that was in the Reagan era, so it probably was true.
Right. But yeah, I said, wow. Now that's what I'm talking about. You shoot off to the stratosphere, man, in the entertainment world, and still come back home and make things happen for the community. That's what's up. I love it. And that's just something that I feel like all your fans need to know. People need to know that there's so much more to Zapp and the Troutman family and their humanity than, certainly you've created the music and the soundtrack for our lives, for a segment of our lives anyway, but that there's so much more to you, man. And again, man, I just tip my hat to you. And even with that being said, I've had you for almost 2 hours now.
I got to pick. You know what? Man, I got to go put some more money in the daggone phone, man.
I love it, man. I love your sense of humor, man, and just a real brother, man. Always have been that way, man.
Hey, man, look. I tried to be mad, every time I get mad, I call myself getting mad at my band.
Yeah.
I get mad, and get upset.
Mm-hmm.
I look at them and I just like, how the heck can I get mad? These guys are like, come on, man.
Yeah.
These guys are more than brothers to me, man. They're like, hey, that's whatever you want to do, let's go.
Right.
So I can't be mad at nothing, man. Just think about this. God spared my life. God has me here. I believe he has given me a mission, and he has given me the means to carry out the mission, and he's given me a mouthpiece to tell about the mission that I'm on. And he's the key reason. He's the reason why. And come on, man. They say that's the gospel. That's the gospel.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I'm like, come on. I'm telling you, I'm just elated, man. So if all I have to do is tell people how happy I am that God spared my life, man, I am elated.
Right.
Elated. So I have no reason to get upset, man, about nothing.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, if I did, I could. If I'm talking to Chicago, my cousins, they'd be calling me up on the phone.
Right.
Asking me what's wrong with me.
Right. I know it. Well,
yeah, because we got a family reunion July 4th.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see them all in.
Yeah, man, awesome. And the Troutman family, and I didn't realize, man, I'm actually friends with one of your nieces, Toy Troutman.
Toy. Oh yeah, Toy. Oh yeah, she's Toy is doing the thing, man. She is as my mother called. She's fabulous, man. She's a movie star now.
Yeah, she's doing the dang thing. So
we saw her last week. We saw Toy. We were in last week. We were in the Bay Area with George and Cameo in the gang, man. And she was there hanging out with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. She is fabulous. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Well, man, when you guys get to Chicago, man, we got to get together and eat some chicken or something, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Well,
I appreciate you, man, and thank you, and God bless
bless
you, and God bless all your listeners, man.
Thank you, man, and bless you, bless the family, man, and definitely give my love to the family and to the band, and man, we'll see you on the stage soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care, brother.
Sure, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There he goes, folks, the great Lester Troutman, legendary drummer, man, and founding member of the Zapp Band, and one of the greatest funk bands of all time. I mean, hands down. When you think of great bands, man, I mean, when you think about Earth, Wind and Fire, Maze, Temptations, Four Tops, Parliament, the JBs, you gotta throw Zapp right in there with that list, man. Zapp is certainly one of the greatest bands of all time, man, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have Lester Troutman on the show. And I'm gonna tell you, folks, as funny and as down to earth as you heard him on the radio today, that's who he is. That's who he is, man. And you heard him. If you didn't hear, if you tuned in late, he told you in the first segment. First time I met him, I went into their dressing room, and I was working at a radio station down in North Carolina, Kiss 94.1, and my homegirl Latanya. Matter of fact, I just hooked up with Latanya on Facebook. Latanya, I know you're gonna hear this, girl. She was like, you want to go back and meet him? I was like, yeah, I want to go back there and meet Zapp. And I was a little nervous or whatever, but I went back, man, and they were just open, man. Like, hey, what's up? Just really cool. And so, and Lester and I, we talked a lot behind the scenes too, while the music was playing. So there's so much that, we talked about that didn't even air because it was, behind the scenes during the breaks or whatever. But the man, just a great brother, comes from a great family, and the entire family is that way. And even the other members of the band, Dale DeGrode and Shirley Murdoch, everybody who came through Zapp that I know of have just been great positive people. And of course, you got your issues in a band, in any band. But everyone that I've ever come across, Ricardo Bray, just great guys, man. So, man, I think this is, my birthday is next week, and this was the greatest birthday present for me that I could have this year, is being able to have this conversation with Lester Troutman. All right, folks, we're going to take another break. Come back on the other side. I'll wrap everything up. And, hey, that'll be another great show in the books. It's Critical Thought with Theo. My name is Theo Bland, a.k.a. Theo Mason, and that's why I'm your metaphysical maestro. This is GlobalNewsForum.com. Lamont, take us out with some of that new Zapp music. Yeah, Hey, this is off of the latest Zapp album, Zapp 6, backed by popular demand, written by my man Dale DeGroat. You're going to love this, man. If I ever get married again, this is the song, folks. This is one for your weddings. It's Zapp. I finally found what I've been searching for. On Critical Thought with Theo, with globalnewsforum.com.
I finally found what I've been searching for. Everything that I've been praying for. And I will do all that I mentioned you. Because I thank God for blessing me with you. I thank God for I finally found you and I won't let go. I won't let go. I finally found you and girl you should know. Girl you should know. Give you my heart. I lay down my life. I want you to be my wife. The Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And I know that I found a good thing in you. But I don't want to be the only one being blessed right now. I want God to show me how to be a blessing to you too. Because you've been a friend. You've been a friend. A friend to the end. A friend to the end. When I could not see, you believed in me. And you stood by me through thick and thin. So if you need to talk, here's my phone number. If you need a ride, here's my car key. If you need a house, my house, here's my home. It's your home. You can come and go as you please. I finally found what I've been searching for. I've been searching everything that I've been praying for. I've been praying for. And I will do all that I mentioned. Do what a man should do. 'Cause I thank God for blessing me. 'Cause I thank God for I finally found you and I won't let go. I finally found you and girl you should know. I'll give you my heart. I'll lay down my life. I want you to be my wife. When a man finds a wife, it makes his heart sing. And my heart is singing a song about the love we share and the joy our love can bring. You're beautiful to me. You make me wanna be a better man. In my mind, in my heart, in my spirit, in my soul, I wanna do for you everything that I can. Because you've been a friend. You've been a friend. A friend to the end. Been my friend to the end. When no one believed, you were always there for me. And I wanna thank you if I can. So if you need to talk, in my work, in my home, and my cell phone. If you need a ride, take my car. If you need a house, here's my home. You can come and go as you please. I finally found what I've been searching for. Everything that I've been praying for. Don't you know that I found? And I will do all that I mentioned you. I'm doing that I mentioned you. 'Cause I thank God for blessing me with you. I finally found you and I won't let go. I wanna love you. I finally found you. I wanna do these things I found you. So if there's anybody out there that knows what I'm talking about, let me see you wave your hand and sing it. I wanna love you.
Waking you up. It's the Metaphysical Maestro, Theo Mason. This is Critical Thought with Theo. Uncle Maestro. It's Theo Bland, a.k.a. Theo Mason. This is Critical Thought with Theo on GlobalNewsForum.com.
Welcome back, folks. It's the last segment of the show. What a great show we've had today. And if you missed it, you missed a lot. You're going to have to definitely go back and listen to the archives. We've been privileged to have for the last hour and 40 minutes or so from the legendary funk band Zapp, Lester Troutman, brother of Roger Troutman. And, of course, founding member of what we know today as Zapp. We went through the history of Zapp and how they came up with the name and, working with Parliament, George Clinton, and Bootsy Collins. And we talked about so much stuff today, man. And an absolute pleasure and an honor to have Lester Troutman on the show. And we talked about some things, during the breaks that obviously did not air. And I'll share a little bit of that with you. I'll just say this: be on the lookout for a new Zapp album. Yep, working on a new studio album, so that's going to be coming soon. And he's going to come back on the show when Zapp is ready to release that album. They're working on it now, and so when that album is released, we're going to get an exclusive with the band, and man, that's going to be awesome. And man, just a great time, man. Just a great time. I just played a song from their latest album, Zapp 6, and I finally found what I've been searching for. I hope you really enjoyed that. It's a great song, and that's definitely one of those wedding songs, man. So finally, just to show today that we're not dealing with politics, not dealing with any of the issues in the world, just having some fun today, celebrating Black Music Month. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. What can you say about Zapp, man? I mean, a brother like Roger Troutman, who took an instrument that was really only used just rarely ever used, and he mastered it, man, and made it a lead instrument, the talk box, and totally innovated and revolutionized, popular as well as, R&B and funk music, man. And, of course, I didn't tell Lester that I didn't talk to Lester about this, but, I knew that, and many of you who listen to the show on a regular basis, you may remember a few weeks ago, maybe couple of months ago now, we celebrated the music of Zapp on the show, and it was the week of April 25th, 26th, and I just happened to turn on the TV, and I was looking at Unsung on Demand, and I realized that, wow, I had chosen, without knowing, I had chosen to celebrate the music of Zapp the very week of the anniversary of the death of Roger Troutman. And I just thought that was one heck of a coincidence. And from there, it was like, okay, let me dig through my contacts and see if I can find Lester. And boom, I found him. I called him, and he was, more than willing to come on the show and just have this conversation, man. And then, so again, special thanks. Hey, log on to www.zapp, the Zapp band. Oh my God, I got to get the right web address, because I definitely want you guys to have the right address. And my computer is acting really slow right now. But heck, just Google Zapp. I want to say that the website, though, is thezappband.com. Man, follow them on Twitter, like them on Facebook, all of that good stuff, so that you can keep up with what's going on with the band. As I will. All right, yeah, it's www.thezappband.com, and that's Zapp with 2 P's. All right. Thezappband.com. And of course, like I said, follow them on Twitter. Download the music. It's available on iTunes, CD Baby. You definitely need to get that latest album, Zapp 6, back by popular demand, and get that song, Finally Found What I've Been Searching For. It's a beautiful song, man. All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show today. Again, if you're coming in on the tail end of this show, be sure to log on to www.theoblandonline.info. That's www.theoblandonline.info. All one word. And scroll to the bottom of the page, and you will see a widget there for Spreaker. Just click play, and you will instantly be tied into the archives, so you can hear the entire show. All right, folks, I love you. You got to know that. That's why I do what I do. I'll see you next week. We'll be back again celebrating Black Music Month, and we'll come back and talk about some of the issues that we have decided to not deal with this week, because we're going to have fun this week. All right, we'll be back talking about the real issues next week. And hey, enjoy the rest of your week. Be good to somebody. Make somebody's day. Show somebody some love. Let them over in traffic. Do something that will brighten up somebody's day. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Hope that you'll join me in that. Spread love. That's what we got to do. Spread love. And I'll see you on the next Critical Thought with Theo. My name is Theo Mason, a.k.a. Theo Bland, your metaphysical maestro. This is globalnewsforum.com. More jazz coming up. And also my man, Harold Davis, with the butt naked truth. That's all coming your way at 2. You know what to do. Keep it where you got it. It's globalnewsforum.com. Peace.
Just unwind.
waking you up. It's the Metaphysical Maestro, Theo Mason. This is Critical Thought with Theo on globalnewsforum.com.